Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining me today. Okay, so I've got my marble, I've got my purples and silvers, and I'm going to do a puddle pour with a swipe, and then I'm going to use my marble to make a different pattern on the surface of the canvas. So you've probably seen the circular one that I did, so it's exactly the same colour palette, but I'm using a rectangular canvas, and boy oh boy, wait until you see the results because they are so different. So let's get going. So you don't have to have so much concentration on your face like I've got on mine. But I'm in my moment and I'm happy. I'm in my happy place doing my painting. So as you can see, I'm puddling the paints first on the canvas. It's a dry canvas. I haven't prepared it in any way. I'm literally going to puddle all those colours on the surface first of all. You'll see that I'm puddling the paints mainly in the middle of the canvas. I'm not really concentrating on covering the edges because once I use my marble and create an effect, I will then stretch that paint and that design across the full canvas and down the edges, and that's where I'll lose some of my paint over those edges and onto the table. So if you're going to do this kind of technique, don't worry too much about covering those edges because you're going to use that space to stretch it out. So for this one, I'm slightly changing it. I'm puddling upon a puddle. So I've got my puddles on the canvas already, and then I'm alternating the colours and adding another puddle on top of a puddle, just to kind of see what kind of creation it makes and what kind of pattern we can achieve when we put the marble on the canvas and run that marble through those puddles. Okay, so I've got my marble, and no. You thought I was going to put my marble straight on, didn't you? I was trying to catch you out. I'm only joking. What I need to do first is I need to swipe. So I've got my mixture, which is Australian Floetrol and Titanium White by Amsterdam, and I'm going to use my palette knife, and I'm just going to glide that palette knife across the surface of those puddles to create that lacing. And I'm going to do that a few times. Oh, I'm really loving some of that detail and lacing that I can already see. It's really gorgeous, even if I do say so myself. Okay, so let's grab the marble. I'm going to literally pop it in the centre of the canvas. Time to pick up that canvas and control the marble as best as I can. But you know what? I've done it before where the marble is shot straight off the canvas and onto the floor, and that's totally okay. If that happens, just pick it back up and place it back onto your canvas and start tilting. All I'm going to go for is just a very random design. I'm making sure that the marble goes through those puddles, And what I'm noticing is a completely different effect where I've puddled upon a puddle. It's just infusing that paint and those tones a little bit more. So I think that's enough of the pattern. So I'm just going to take my marble off the canvas, let it drop onto the table. And then what I'll do is I will step back, reassess. If I'm happy with that design, I love that design there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to stretch it out. I'll take you in for close-up very quickly before we continue, just so you can see the detail that the lacing and the marble has created. I love some of those lines, and I really hope I can keep those across the canvas. Okay, so it's time to pick up the canvas, get a feel for the weight of the paint and where your bulk of the paint will be. As I said, it's probably going to be in the middle because that's where we puddled everything. And this is the time that you can just take to have a look at the pattern that's on the surface. And as you stretch it out across all of that blank space, covering that blank space, let it go over the edge and then bring the paint back on itself. That will help you kind of reposition that paint elsewhere on the canvas. And I always say this, I'm sure I always say this in each video, don't be in a rush to do this. Just take your time. If you want to put the canvas down and step back and have a look at the overall pattern and composition, then definitely do that. It's paint and it can be moved just by tilting it in different directions for you to be able to create the kind of pattern and design that you want. You'll see that I put the canvas down several times just so I can have a little look at it before I progress. Look at that concentration on my face. I'm lost in the moment, obviously. What I'm going to do is I will take you in for a close-up of this piece, and then right at the end of this video I'm going to show you the pieces that I've already done using this technique and the same size canvases. So you might have seen my gold one, and you might have also seen the black and white one that I've done. So I'm going to line them all up in a row, and then what I really want you to tell me, I want to do at least one more in this size. But I'm struggling with a colour palette. You've all given me so many different ideas and suggestions. Turquoise is a biggie. And I don't know, maybe I should just go for turquoise. Other people have said blues and greens. But I kind of want some more ideas. I really want to think about what colours to do next. So if you've got any suggestions, please drop those in the comments below. Okay, so it's time to show you the close-up of the wet version. And I love it. I just love the balance of all those blocks of colour, along with those lines that were created with the marble, and then obviously the lacing that's happened because of the Australian floetrol. I just really love these colours. Yeah, I'm a really big fan of this palette. And do you know what? I might actually go on a really big canvas and do something very similar to this. So let me know if that's something you'd like me to do. I'd really be happy to do that on a larger scale. So let's show you the dried version. It's dried beautifully. I'm really happy with it. It's not yet varnished. I always apply a gloss varnish on top, a spray varnish. And what I'll do now is I'll show you all three of them together. So the purple one, the gold one, and the black and white. Do you have a favourite? There we go, so you can see them all together, and I definitely want to do one more. So colour ideas, please. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you guys so much for all of your support as always. I read all of your comments. Thank you for your emails as well, for your well wishes. I really, really appreciate them. And I've got some exciting stuff coming up next year in 2023. I'm going to release a couple more videos before the end of the year, so stay tuned for those. Take care, everyone. Bye.